Can you beat Minecraft without moving? Today I'm going to be attempting to beat Minecraft without moving a single inch. Wait, inches? Not too much to say about this at the beginning. It's pretty simple. I'm going to have to try and beat Minecraft without moving. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay guys, and here we are. I've now spawned into the world, and as you can see, I'm not allowed to move. I can't look around, I can't mine, I can't do anything. So how are we going to do this, you might ask? Well, actually, that's a very good question. If I can't look, I can't mine, I can't move around, I don't know, maybe we just... Oh my god, yes, you can. See, look, without moving, I just beat Minecraft. So yes, it is confirmed. You can totally 100% beat Minecraft without moving. Can you beat hardcore Minecraft with only one heart? This is a challenge that has been on my mind for a while now, and today I figured I'd try and tackle the challenge to see if I can do it. As I found out when first trying to attempt this challenge, you actually aren't able to use commands in hardcore normally, which makes sense as using any sort of cheat would take away from the hardcore factor. In order to combat this, I'll need to first create the world, enable open to land, and once done, I can enable commands and use the following command shown on screen in order to set my heart count to 1. I'm sure a lot of you already knew about the enabling of commands in hardcore, but I didn't. I'll have the command left in the description for those of you psychotic enough to try this challenge, and without further delay, let's get started. So going into this challenge, the first thing I thought about was, what are the things I need to be careful of the most? You know, the things in Minecraft that are the biggest danger, the biggest threat, and the first thing that comes to mind is fall damage. I swear, if I'm having a good run, a sweet run where everything is going smoothly and I just so happen to fall off a ledge, so help me God, I will. The second thing is, if I can even get to this point, is the Ender Dragon. But Chinumi, all the Ender Dragon does is fly around and drop every now and then. Just shoot the crystals with your bow and then it's GG easy. Whoa, settle down there, Buttercup, because I wish it was that easy. First off, the Dragon's Breath. If at any point the Ender Dragon shoots his stinky breath and it hits me, the playthrough is over. I'm pretty sure the Dragon's Breath can bypass your armor. Don't quote me on that though, so if I run into the breath, I'm pretty sure it's straight up just I'm dead. Secondly, the Dragon Perch. When the Dragon perches, it has a high chance of just hitting me away anyway when it's flapping its goofy wings. So realistically, my best bet is to just shoot out the crystals and keep my distance throughout the fight. And lastly, don't even get me started on the Enderman. You know, same with the fall damage. If I just happen to look at an Enderman while I'm trying to shoot a crystal, I'm gonna rage. Next is any mob with any range attack, i.e. skeletons or drown. To combat this, I'll just need a shield and I should be pretty much good to go. However, I will be avoiding any sort of waterbed just to rule out the possibility of being killed by a trident throw. Gas and blaze are also going to suck as gas shoot an explosive. If that hits me, I'm dead, and I'm not looking to catch on fire because if I catch on fire in the nether, it's a wrap. Continuing on with attempt number 1, I spawned in the jungle, which is probably one of the worst spawns you can get due to the mobs just being present everywhere, including the daytime because of the amount of shade from the endless amounts of trees. So from that spawn, I swiftly departed and stumbled across a nice rocky area where I searched for iron. This is so perfect. Hopefully there's some iron on here. It'll be the easiest iron of my life. I quickly grabbed some iron, smelted it down, made some shears, sheared a sheep, made a bed, made a chest plate, and a shield. After doing all of this, I did come across a village, meaning I really didn't have to make the shears for wool because I could have just grabbed a bed from here, but you live and you learn, such is life. After leaving the village, I made my way down a sketchy ravine and grabbed 2 more pieces of iron so that I could make a bucket. And at last, the search for a lava pool had begun. So far, this attempt was going really well. I had iron, food, a bed, and was ready for the nether. Nothing could possibly go wrong. No. I died to fall damage. And for those of you asking yourselves, why were you sleeping on top of a tree? Well, this is because if I slept under the trees on the ground, I was kind of scared that if I woke up that there was going to be some sort of mob next to me and they'd still be alive because they were under a tree, not getting burnt by the sun. And that's the whole reason why I tried sleeping on top of a tree. Realistically, should I have? Probably not, but I didn't think that jump was that far apart. Disregarding that attempt, we're now on to attempt number 2. I start as per normal. I grab some wood, make some tools, grab some iron from the mountain, and stumble across my first lava pool, which was pure luck. And as a nice touch, it was pretty close to where I spawned. I'm glad that I found a lava pool, but there's no animals around here. There's bunnies. Oh yeah, you messed up. You jumped into me. You guys were all running away from me before, but this is horrible. We finally get into one of the attempts where I instantly find a lava pool, but I've got no source of food. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the nether portal. I just need a piece of flint. I need a piece of flint. Where is gravel? After making the nether portal, I just needed to grab some flint from the gravel, and while I was doing so, I almost died. Oh. Recovering from this incident, I went and grabbed some food. Oh, I didn't mean to jump. Just to fall again and actually die. I might just be the worst Minecraft player of all time. Boy, if you don't. Attempt number 3. This time, I was determined to get to the nether. If I didn't get to the nether in this run, I was going to water bucket jump without the water bucket. Remember at the beginning of this challenge when I said that I was going to avoid any sort of waterbed in order to not be killed by a trident throw? Well, my attention span of a goldfish saw a ship out in the water and wanted to grab its loot content. And while doing so, I almost ran into a drowned. Way to go, me, you lying sack of... Moving on, I found some leather armor which is not going to help me in any way possible. And I also found a treasure map. Using my brilliant detective skills, I found the treasure and was able to load up on iron, baby. Once I grabbed all the goodies, I crafted some shears and a shield, made sure to actually grab some flint this time in order to craft a flint and steel, and was fortunate enough to find a lava pool. With everything now set in motion, I was finally ready to take on the nether. We made it. We're finally in the nether. I'll just quickly pass the mic back to Pashinumi as he was really happy to have gotten this far. Take it away, me. No. This spawn is terrible. Is that a nether fortress up there, though? Okay, look, everybody. I'm just gonna need everybody to not freak out. Okay, we finally made it to the nether on attempt number 3. This is revolutionary. This is a groundbreaking moment. However, there is a piglin down there with a bow. As I pointed out, yes, I got a really lucky nether fortress spawn. Yes, the biome we were in was annoying as it's the one with the aggressive pig things that can just charge you, but I was glad to have found it so quickly nonetheless. I made my way into the fortress and started looking for a blaze spawner. I killed a skeleton, guys. Don't freak out. After finding a blaze spawner, I ran into a lot of problems and was being a little baby about the whole thing because I was too scared of dying. Why are there skeletons with the blaze over there? I'm so scared. Guys, I don't know what to do. If I get hit by anything over there, I'm dead. My god, I'm so screwed. Bruh. Are you serious? Did I actually just get a head drop? And would you look at that, I died to a blaze. The most annoying thing about that attempt wasn't even the fact that I died. It was more so how I died and how I was being so cautious just to wind up dead anyway because I wasn't expecting them to spawn right on top of me. Attempt number 4 was more unique than the other one. To start, I spawned right next to a village which was awesome. I also spawned near some sources of iron, and to top it all off, I found a woodland mansion. Did I really just find a woodland mansion as well? After glazing the mansion, I stumbled across a ruined portal which was almost complete with obsidian, so I hatched a big brain plan. I climbed to the top using some dirt, created a waterfall, and placed some lava to create the remaining obsidian pieces. Hey, let's go. And boom, the easiest nether portal of my life. Nah, there's no way. You actually can't make this stuff up, you know. No way, I just gotta spawn inside a nether fortress. If I mess this up now, I deserve to not be able to beat this challenge. You have to be kidding me. I spawned right in a nether fortress. You actually can't make this up. I died again, and honestly, I was at my breaking point after only 4 attempts. This challenge had broken me, and honestly, the next foreseeable attempts didn't go anywhere near as well either. Let's add a touch of fall damage here, a sprinkle of creeper over there, and a pinch of cactus right here. Yes, I died to a stupid cactus of all things. I might actually be the first Minecraft player in existence to genuinely die to a cactus in Minecraft. Have you ever actually seen this death message before? Have you? At this point, I honestly wasn't enjoying the challenge as much as I thought I would have. This is probably due to the amount of stupid and embarrassing deaths that I've had, with the most notable one being the cactus, and I didn't know how much longer I wanted to try and do this for. I did think about trying a couple of things to potentially make this run a little bit easier, with the first thing being, what about using a golden apple? And as much as I'd like to use a golden apple, I ultimately said no. As most Minecraft players should know, when you eat a golden apple, you gain an additional 2 extra hearts, and in my opinion, this defeats the purpose of the challenge, which is to have only 1 heart. So I decided against using a golden apple, as this isn't a 3 heart challenge after all. Next, I thought to myself, what if I made a fire resistance potion to help with the blaze? I could grab a brewing stand from a village and quickly grab a magma cream and some nether wart in the nether. Well, no, because I'd still need to kill a blaze in order to get blaze powder, and we all know how I've gone battling blaze this far. With those options out of the way, I thought about using a bow instead and using that to kill a blaze from a distance. Going into attempt number 12, yes, you heard that right. I suck at this game and we're now into attempt number 12. I started off as normal and immediately began my search for a village. My thinking here was to find a Fletcher at a village so that I could trade for a bow. I don't play Minecraft all the time, so I wasn't actually sure if the Fletcher had a bow trade. I came across a few pockets of iron and finally stumbled across my first village. Unfortunately, it didn't have any Fletchers, but it did have a blacksmith, so I was able to get some more iron, as well as an iron pickaxe and a helmet. Moving on, I started searching for another village, and not too long afterwards, I was able to find another village. Again, it didn't have a Fletcher, and because it was taking me so long to find villages, I decided to wait until nighttime, and come the next morning, I tried to find some spiders to no avail. This wasn't really going according to plan. I was able to find a lava pool right next to the village, and because I was so desperate to get string in order to make a bow, I decided to dig a staircase down in hopes of finding a cave. And a cave is what I found. There were no spiders unfortunately, and at this point, because I'd already been playing this attempt in particular for over an hour, I decided to make the nether portal and head to the nether. But before I could do that, I had to take out a couple of creepers first. We're now in the nether. I had full iron armor and a dream. Fortunately, I was able to find a nether fortress, which again spawned really close to my nether portal. I've honestly been getting really lucky with these nether fortress spawns, but let's see how I go with battling the blaze. I'm done. Yeah, I died again. And judging from my reaction, I was not a happy camper about the whole thing. And unfortunately, this is where I'm going to call the challenge. So, can you beat hardcore Minecraft with only one heart? Yes, you most likely can. But can I beat hardcore Minecraft with only one heart? No, not at this point in time anyway. I know some people might be watching and saying, wow, you only did 12 attempts and you're giving up already. These attempts were taking me hours per attempt, so it was pretty draining just playing for hours then dying each time. So I do apologize and hope that you can forgive me for not completing the challenge. Something I could do differently for next time would be to not treat this as a speedrun and actually take my time to gear up, enchant, etc. and maybe it wouldn't be as hard. But honestly, I still think even doing that would be difficult. Like literally, your worst enemy in this challenge is full damage. Full damage! Can you even imagine? Can you beat hardcore Minecraft without health regen? Today we're going to answer this ridiculous question and put my questionable Minecraft skills to the test. In order to use commands in hardcore, I'll need to first set my world to land, which will then allow me to use commands. From here, I'll then input this command shown on screen in order to disable natural health regeneration, which will prevent my Steve, my poor, precious Steve, from regenerating health when eating food or having the hunger bar full. To further increase the challenge and make this legitimate, I will be prohibiting myself from using any sort of item that can regenerate my health, including golden apples and health/regen potions. Any other potions that don't affect my health will be allowed, such as strength, fire resistance, etc. Do we all understand the rules? Fantastic. Now sit back, relax, and without further delay, let's get started. Here we are with attempt number 1. I start off in a really sweet spot with rocky areas all around, which is fantastic for getting some early iron. I make my way over to the lonely tree in the distance and erase it from existence. I then make the usual tools and a boat and begin my search for some iron. Mining iron is definitely the easiest part of any challenge, especially when searching for it in rocky/mountain biomes, as it's free of mobs and the only risk to you is fall damage, which I know all too well. While searching for the iron, the world soon turned dark, and because I only got one block of wool from shearing the sheep earlier, I crawled into a hole like the coward I am, smelted my iron, and waited till daybreak. Once morning came to, I had a little friend waiting for me outside. You wanna tussle with me just like you did last time? You know how it ended for you last time. Now that he was taken care of, it was time for me to find a village. Going into this challenge, I was feeling very confident compared to the 1 heart, as I had my 10 hearts as per normal Minecraft gameplay, and I just felt a lot safer overall. Yes, I may not be able to regenerate my health, but it still beats being 4 blocks from death at all times. Skipping ahead, along the way I came across some sheep, which meant I was able to get the wool I needed to make a bed. I also stumbled across some pumpkins, which I used my shears to carve in order to have a way to not trigger any endermen when I'm in the end. And of course, just as I sheared some sheep, I stumbled across a village and a ruined portal. After looting the ruined portal, I checked the village and found a blacksmith who just so happened to have some diamonds waiting for me in his chest. Yo, I can just get obsidian now. Using the diamonds, I crafted a diamond pickaxe, and with the rest of my iron, I finished off my beautiful iron set. And with that, I went back to the ruined portal and started mining the obsidian in order to make a portal. Man, it really has been a while since I've mined obsidian. Let there be light. Now that the portal had been constructed, it was time to go to the nether. I wasn't too happy with the spawn, as the basalt is known for having lava pools and magma creams everywhere. I bridged my way across to the not so distant netherrack and was stunned once again to have found a nether fortress super close by. There is a nether fortress down there. Another lucky spawn, I don't know what's up with that. But there is also a Mr. Piglin. Once I got one, I made my way into the nether fortress. Man, I didn't mean to place my water bucket. I'm shot! No! Okay, that was close. I wasn't paying attention to how much stuff my shield had left. While I was exploring, I got tagged by a rogue blaze, which caused me to pop my fire resistance early. With this in mind, I went full YOLO and searched for a spawner as fast as I could. 2 blaze, 2 blaze, 2 blaze, 2 blaze. Got 4, 3 more, and I'm out. 3 more, and I'm out. Okay, that's it. That's it. After finding the spawner, I obtained 8 blaze rods and accidentally got hit once, which left me at 3.5 hearts. I ran as fast as I could back to my portal and made it back to the overworld. I'm not gonna lie, at this point things were looking good, but also really bad at the same time. As I said, this is the furthest I'd gotten with any challenge in Minecraft thus far, and I was really annoyed to have been unfairly put on 3.5 hearts. I'm looking at you, Blaze. From this point, all I needed to do was get some ender pearls and search for the stronghold, and my best and safest bet was to trade gold with piglins in order to obtain ender pearls. So I took a second to man up and made my way back into the nether. After mining a lot of gold, I started my first lot of trading. Nothing. The piglin gave me nothing of value. At this point, I just started digging into the wall, finding more and more gold, which after digging for about 15 minutes, I had enough to make 25 gold bars. Still nothing. With this, I made my way back to the overworld as I needed to take a break and got off Minecraft for the day. Day 2, I'm feeling refreshed and ready to get these ender pearls. Everything is still the same. I'm on 3.5 hearts and I just finished getting the blaze rods I needed. Because I felt extremely stressed while being in the nether, I decided to start off the day with some strip mining in the overworld in hopes of getting some nice, easy gold. However, I soon came to realize that I was sitting on top of a massive cave, and wherever I tried to dig / staircase down, I was always met with a 100 block drop of death. So, seeing as strip mining was basically a no-go, I decided to man up once again and go back into the nether. After mining some more gold in the nether, I went back to the piglin in order to trade once again, to no avail. At this point, because the chances of getting ender pearls from piglin bartering was so low, I decided to give up on this and started searching for a warped forest biome. The reason for this is because a ton of endermen spawned in this biome and it was my best bet at getting guaranteed ender pearls. My spawn area in the nether was so cluttered and there wasn't much space to run around, so I decided that digging would be my best option. Doing this, I had a very close call. Whoa, that was close. After that close call, I kept mining for about 10 minutes and was able to soon find the biome I had been looking for. I was definitely glad to have found this biome, however, it was poorly generated as there were many steep drops that could have easily led to my death. I carefully staircased my way down and began ender pearl farming. First ender pearl, ladies and gentlemen. While doing so, I almost died, with an enderman leaving me at just half a heart. The reason why this happened is because, stupidly, I thought I didn't look at an enderman long enough as he was quite far away and I wasn't sure, and because it took the enderman a while to actually get to me, I re-peeked out and boom, he hit me from behind. I should have just stayed under my safe place. And finally, after many hours of playing this attempt, I finally managed to get 12 ender pearls. This was groundbreaking for me, as this was now truly the furthest I had ever gotten doing a Minecraft challenge. All I needed to do now was make my way back to the portal, craft some eyes of ender, and find the end portal. Are you serious? Like, this isn't even a joke. After all that hard work, why did I keep the ender pearls in my hotbar? That was a misclick. I meant to switch to my netherrack. This isn't my proudest moment. I should have just put my ender pearls back in my inventory rather than in my hotbar, and this could have easily been avoided. Yes, I most likely would have died during the ender dragon fight, but I guess we'll never know. Going into attempt number 2, I was really determined to make this the one. I started off as normal by getting some wood and immediately started my search for a village. Soon after finding a village, I tried digging down to see if I had some better luck strip mining, and after some time, I made it down to negative Y51, as apparently this is the quote-unquote best level for finding diamonds. While mining, I came across a lot of iron, and soon stumbled across some diamonds. Along the way, I picked up some redstone and lapis, as I thought redstone could be used to trade with the cleric, and lapis so I could potentially enchant. Exploring a little bit more, I stumbled across an abandoned mineshaft. As I wasn't looking to take any damage, I only explored a little and found a chest with a Feather Falling 3 book. I also found a lava pool, which using my water bucket, I turned it all into obsidian, crafted a diamond pickaxe, and began mining. After collecting enough obsidian and a few more diamonds, I made my way back to the surface to craft another portal and an enchantment table, which I had to go grab some sugarcane in order to craft a book. Once crafted, I enchanted all my iron gear with prot 1 and started trading with villagers. I was hoping to get a trade with the cleric for easy ender pearls, but after getting him to the max level, he unfortunately didn't give me an ender pearl trade. Back to the nether I go. In the nether, I immediately began searching for another fortress, and not long after, I was actually able to find another fortress inside a warped forest biome, which was perfect as I also needed ender pearls. After obtaining my blaze rods flawlessly, I then started hunting endermen, and after a long grind, I was able to obtain 12 once again, but this time also flawlessly. After obtaining my goods, I made my way back to the nether portal, but before that I quickly grabbed some bone blocks so that I could grow some easy sugarcane in order to craft books to increase my enchantment table level. Only to realize that bone meal no longer works on sugarcane, and I will instead need to actually go out and find some sugarcane naturally. So after a long process of killing cows and collecting my last pieces of sugarcane, I went back, crafted the books and bookshelves, and made myself a level 30 enchantment table. I was ultimately looking for an infinity bow, but before that I had to get my levels up, which I mined quartz to do so. After mining a sugar ton of quartz, I made my way to level 33 and got back only to enchant 2 bows of power 4, which was quite annoying. I made some wooden pickaxes and just kept enchanting them at level 1 until I finally had a confirmed infinity enchantment, and with this I went back to the nether to mine some more quartz, and once I reached level 30 I returned and enchanted my bow with infinity. Once done, I then combined my bows and was able to convert my power 4s into power 5 and infinity. It was time. I grabbed my Eyes of Ender and started my search for the stronghold. Luckily the stronghold was actually pretty close by, and once I entered I was able to find the end portal. There was no turning back. Am I ready for this? Let's find out. No, I'm done. Can you beat Minecraft with only one block? Today I'll finally be tackling one of Minecraft's well-known modes, one block, to see if I can beat it. For those of you who don't know what one block is, essentially you spawn in the air with only one block beneath you. This block changes every time you mine it, and the goal is to reach the end of each phase. You'll understand what I mean by this as the video goes on. The mod I'm using along with the creator will be linked in the description below for anyone who'd like to try this themselves, and without further delay, let's get started. Starting off on our beautiful one block of land, I get to mining in order to cycle to the blocks that I need. The beginning portion of the one block is basically a tutorial that shows you how everything works. The block soon spawns a chest which gives me a water bucket, and at this point I'm not entirely sure if this will be my only water bucket, so I quickly use the water to place a block under the one block and safely store it as I don't want to lose it. Moving on, I finally start phase 1, the plains. This phase essentially gives you anything you'd find in a normal plains biome, i.e. wood, grass, pumpkins, and animals from time to time. I should also mention that every now and then you receive a chest with some goodies inside. While mining, a couple of pigs spawned. The first one got obliterated by my wooden axe, and for some reason when the second one came along I decided to make a wooden sword even though my axe was one shot critting, and this caused my pig to go flying off the edge. Yes, this is me guys, the smartest Minecraft player to date. Not too long after, a cow spawned and I decided to take this opportunity to increase my island area. After making some fences, I forced my cow into the pen, holding him captive for the foreseeable future. Continuing on, the one block soon spawned sheep, chickens. Chicken, can you just get in the fencing please? No, chicken, where are you going? And eventually another cow. And with all of my animals in captivity, we move on to phase 2. The underground. In case this wasn't obvious enough, this phase will now spawn various ores, stone, and mobs that you definitely wouldn't want to see in your bed at night. For the beginning of this phase, I was immediately greeted by a mushroom cow, and so being the lovely gentleman that I am, I moved him over to the pen. I guess you were all expecting me to let him live. Do you know what kind of hideous crimes the mushroom have committed? With that out of the way, I smelt my very first lot of iron, make some shears to shear my sheep, and craft myself a lovely bed, and the reason for this is because I can. As my mining continues,
hey, what's up guys?
a creeper unexpectedly spawns and almost destroys my chest with all my items. This was a very close call, as if I lost my water I was going to do something unforgivable to Steve, and you wouldn't want that, would you? I swiftly grab my items and relocate my chest away from the one block spawn, as I don't want any more creepers blowing up my chests. Continuing on, some zombies spawn without warning, honestly making me jump a little because I was not expecting them. You see how this one block makes them spawn with helmets? Bit cruel, isn't it? After killing the zombies and even more zombies, I start the countdown to phase 3, the snow biome. To start off this phase, a wolf spawns and immediately starts attacking my sheep. I'm sorry, but this had to be done. I just can't risk losing my sheep. Is that entirely true? Oh well, even if I don't need them, I still need them. What am I even saying at this point? Moving on, some stinky strays spawn, and I thought this was actually a great opportunity to get some bones, but what do you think I did? Get the f out of my room! I'm playing. Yeah, I knocked them off the edge because my sword didn't kill them fast enough. So I did what any normal person would totally do, which was build a wall to prevent my mobs from falling off the edge when I attack them. This way I can hopefully get a steady source of arrows for fighting the ender dragon with. Soon after, we were getting some polar bears, which were giving me a nice source of fish, and eventually some more strays spawned, and because of my totally foolproof method, I was able to get some bones and arrows. Not too long after, something odd happened. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but all I know is that I fell off the island and lost a bunch of my items. I think this may have been karma for pushing the mushroom cows to their doom. Moving on, losing this many items wasn't really a big deal as I just kept mining away and was able to get a lot of my resources back. Using the bones that I got from the strays, I tamed the next wolf that spawned, leaving me with a pet for life. A bit of polar bear here, and a little sprinkle of gold over there. We were finally ready to move on to phase 4, the Deep Slate Caves. Before diving into phase 4, I wanted to expand my area a little bit in order to have some more room, which is exactly what I did. The main reason for this is because more and more different types of mobs have been appearing, and honestly, if a warden does so happen to spawn, I'll need all the room I can get. After expanding my base, more zombies spawned, but this time with gold helmets. Why the helmet material had to change for the already annoying mobs? Who knows? I quickly dealt with them and was soon met with some normal skeletons who almost killed me, so I ended up using his friend as a bone shield, wrapped around to grab some golden carrots, and an iron helmet before going in for the final strike. After fighting even more skeletons, I finally came across my first diamond. This was great as now I knew this phase was going to give me diamonds and all I could do was hope for more. With this, I smelted some more iron and gold in order to make some golden apples and some iron armor, as this was going to make dealing with the skeletons a lot easier. At this point, I really wanted to get a farm going to start breeding my animals, so using some ice that I obtained from one of the earlier chests, I broke it to obtain another water source, which I then combined with my bucket of water in order to make an infinite water source. With this, I tried my luck with bone meal once again in order to make grass, and lo and behold, I finally obtained some seeds. Crafting an iron hoe, I got to work and planted some seeds. It felt pretty good to finally start a farm, and with this, I got back to work with my one block. A super chest spawned, and for some reason gave me an Elder Guardian spawn egg. Why I would need this? I honestly have no clue. If any experts want to let me know, please feel free. Music disc 11. We all know what to do with this, right? After mining and mining and mining, another monster party spawned, but this time things didn't go quite as planned for them.
Bro, I'm really about to get your pickle chin ass.
Bruh. Bruh.
By destroying their mental, one block was starting to be no match for me. I knew their little tricks to spawn their monster party, and with this, we swiftly move on to phase 5, the Lust Drip Caves. To start this phase, using some leftover deep slate and dirt, I started to build an area to be able to grow some trees for extra wood if needed. As I was building it, I realized I didn't have enough dirt, but planted what I could regardless. Back to the mining, some very strong fish spawned. I'm going to assume these effects are a resistance effect, as these little fish took a lot of hits. Soon after, I was greeted by my very first spider jockey, which was pretty cool to see, even if they are annoying. Soon after, another one spawned, and I thought to myself, okay, so this is what the phase is going to throw at me the whole time? But to my surprise, they gave me another type of jockey, the good old baby zombie on a chicken. Question for those of you at home, can these spawn naturally in just normal Minecraft? I've honestly never seen one in vanilla, so feel free to let me know. As I was mining, to no one's surprise, an axolotl spawned. So I immediately grabbed my water bucket, picked her up, and placed her in my water source. I'll expand on this later, but for now, this is her home. There weren't really too many things of note in this phase, just a couple of dirt and moss blocks with the addition of the jockeys and the axolotls. I managed to obtain another super chest, which gave me a wolf spawn egg. Using the egg, I spawned him in and instantly tamed him. I now had 2 doggos just chilling on my island. Feel free to give them some names. Ah yes, another monster party. You know the drill. This one was way easier this time around, mainly because the majority of them were just unarmored spiders. So yeah, after a few more jockeys and many axolotls, we finally made it to the last block to bring us over to phase 6, the ocean floor. But yeah, that's about it. Catch up.